Good afternoon. My name is Paul Mussman, and I have the benefit of sharing with you today the story about Carnegie Speech, the intelligent language learning company. Today, there are between 1.5 and 2 billion people in the world today who are trying to learn English. In the United States, U.S. consensus tells us that there's 55 million people who speak a language other than English at home, 13 million of which report they speak English not well or at all. Of this 13 million, there are a lot of vendors who are trying to address this demand. These vendors or solutions typically participate in one or a set of limitations. One size fits all, no consideration for the end user's capability when they engage in the program, no consistent means of measuring success or failure, and if there is a teach instruction component, it's basically having a user mimic or parrot a sound wave. At Carnegie Speech, we feel there's a different way. We want to understand what is the user a male or female? What language does the user speak today? Have the user complete answering a series of questions. And at the end of that exercise, be able to understand at the phoneme level what is that person's specific learning needs in terms of grammar, fluency, word stress, and pronunciation. Once you understand what that person's needs are in terms of grammar, fluency, or word stress pronunciation, deliver to them a curriculum which is designed specifically for their learning needs. Next, be able to tell that person where they started, where they are currently in the program, and where they end up at the end of the program. Not just the student, but the teachers as well. The results are amazing. Literally, in study after study, we are having users experience up to 100% improvement in as little as 10 hours of use. But what's more compelling is what the users are telling us about their experience with the program. They appreciate having a program that's designed for them, not a cookie cutter. They appreciate a program which is matched to their learning pace. And they appreciate not having to suffer the embarrassment in front of their peers or their teachers of how to learn a foreign language. And these are the customers that are telling us. Nearly 150, as of this morning, nearly 151, compliments of the University of Georgia. Customers within education, enterprise, and government. Yale, Stanford, Northwestern, Ohio, Kansas State, Prince George's County, Miami-Dade, IBM, GE, Intel Corporation, Singapore, the Ministry of Education. All of these customers are realizing the same value from native accent core product. But we don't feel the journey's over. You know, when I was younger, I learned German. I went to my class 3 times a week for 1 hour. And in that class, I had my 5 to 10 minutes of failure or fame when the teacher asked me a question, and I had to respond. Eventually, that model moved into a language lab environment, and we discussed the limitations of that environment previously. We think there's another world, a world in which the user can assume an avatar identity. They can go into a virtual world. They can interact with other virtual characters as well as computer animated characters. We call this game Lingo, Lingo Online, a game that is designed for children ages 8 to 14, designed specifically to improve their spoken English skills. Let's take a look, shall we? By the way, as a program that's today being piloted in over 12 schools in Singapore, and a product that we will go fully GA with later this quarter. And there's the Carnegie Speech story. We have 3 models. We have native accent, which is being used by nearly 150 customers across the world. We have Lingo Online, a program designed for ages 8 to 14, and will be generally available at the end of this quarter. And then finally, we recognize that there are a whole host of folks that are in the business of teaching foreign language. They have a reading and writing capability, and they want to infuse their technology or their offering with a dynamic spoken capability, and we will gladly license our IP. I would encourage you to check out the demo in the town hall tomorrow, and thank you. Any questions? Only English today. However, we are enabling an entire set of Romance languages for an OEM partner right now. I'm sorry?
When would other languages be available to other people?
We believe that languages will be available later this year.